The Maine Cats have seen a lot of action in their inaugural season. Most of it has been against the other local side, the Boston Demons. Today, they'll face a team not only from a different region, but from another country as well. The Quebec Saints have traveled over the border, and they'll be primed and ready to face this young Cats squad. The team from the north meets a team from the Great White North, as Stateside Footy starts now. We're on location at the Shelburne Community School in Shelburne, Vermont, where today the Battle of the Northeast continues with a match between the Maine Cats and the Quebec Saints. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Stateside Footy, the program that brings you the game of Australian Rules Football as it's played here in the United States. Alongside Stacey Robert, I'm Bill Robert, and today we bring you more Aussie Rules Football from here in the Green Mountain State. The Cats are coming off their first ever victory as a club, defeating the Vermont Black Diamonds in a match seen in our last episode. Their kicks may not have been the straightest, but they were still more than enough for the big first win. Final score, Maine, 3 goals, 8 behinds, 26 points. Vermont, 2 goals, 1 behind, 13 points. And now the Cats will run into one of the strongest sides in the north in the Quebec Saints, the men's representative side from AFL Quebec. In our last episode, the Saints took on the Boston Demons and came away with the chocolates. The final score, Quebec, 4 goals, 10 behinds, 34 points. Boston, 3 goals, 2 behinds, 20 points. And those Saints are now ready for the upstart Maine Cats. Footy action from Vermont coming your way next, right here on Stateside Footy. Are you into retro gadgets? Ta-da! Then here's your dose of old school tech. This is Tech Throwback, your place to turn for the techno trend from way back when. On Tech Throwback, we look at old computers, classic video games, and all those little doohickeys that used to brighten up your day.
Yeah!
Tech Throwback can be seen on public access television, or you can check us out online at vimeo.com/channels/Tech Throwback. It's the way we used to compute and play back in the day, and you can watch it anytime on Tech Throwback. Umpire tosses up the ball, and we have footy. And it's hit out to advantage by the Cats, and they'll kick one up right now, and almost marked right in front. And then they bring it to O'Connell, who gets taken down, and he didn't have the ball, so I think they're going to pay him a free kick. Actually, nope. They'll pay the kick to Quebec. And we got a player down here, so we're going to hold off for a little bit here. Huh? Oh, okay. Well. So
thank you very much.
Morgan, can I talk to you for a sec? Just need a little clarification. Is it Jacine? What's the pronunciation of his name? Bausch?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But he's actually left anyways. Yeah.
Okay.
He just went to a wedding, but Justine is...
Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, we're back in action here. 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Maine has kicked the first goal of this match. Maine takes an early lead. 1 straight 6 after that free kick. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it was a point. Just a single point. I'm going to have to retract that whole thing anyway. As it comes out now, and here comes Quebec. Kick to the center, marked by Chamberlain there. And he's going to play on. Looking for and getting his target there. Once again, that is Elliot Kempster. Kempster moving ahead. However, Cats pick it up off the ground. and they move it back. Handball now, and here comes Maine. Cats moving it through the center of the ground. Almost intercept mark there, and the Saints wind up picking it up. And it's handballed back, and then handballed again. And kicked ahead by Chamberlain. And marked once again by Kempster. Oh, can't take the mark there. Ball to ground. Trying to get in there is Cats. With it now, that's Stone. Stone, kick toward the sticks, and Cats pick it up, and they'll just blast it out. It's going to take a bounce, and then knocked back. Trying to get it there is Nick Parker. He's able to dispossess one of the Quebec players. Quebec with it back once again, though, and kick going out. And it's going to roll, and it looks like that's going to be out of bounds. So right now it's Maine 1 and Quebec nothing. Maine with the lone score right now, just a quick minor. And we'll have a boundary throw in the Quebec attacking zone. Throw-in comes in. Hit out. Cats have it. Handball going up and, oh, it takes a weird bounce. And Saints looking to move it back in. He is wrapped up and handball off. Chamberlain's got it now. Chamberlain is getting grabbed, but he gets the kick off, takes a bounce, and almost winds up in Cat hands. It does now. And Beliveau handballs it out. And handballed right into the hand. Oh, here we go. Cats have it now. And looking for, not quite getting their target, but the ball is loose. And Quebec looking to pick it up. He's got it now. He's wrapped up as the ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in. Trying to move with the ball there was Phil Manassa. And let's see. Goes to ground after that throw in. And Cats trying to move it forward. Saints getting in their way, and they're moving it right back. They turn it around into attack. Kick going. They've got their target, and it's marked. Marked there by Aaron Stone. Stone making sure that the man on the mark is on the mark. Kick now goes over the head of, it goes off his leg, goes off his knee. Question is, was the ball too high? Is that going to be considered out on the full, or is that just going to be a boundary throw in? Because it did bounce off his leg, but it bounced up near his knee. So we'll see how that's adjudicated. As the winds pick up again. And it'll be a boundary throw in. Windy day here in Vermont. And it's tossed up. Wind picks it up and it's knocked out. Ball rolling along the ground. And picked up by Kempster after a couple of juggles. Kempster, nice job there. Sidesteps a tackler. And then another player gets it now. That was number 12. That was Corey Crawford, who was able to get a handball off even though he was in the grasp of an enemy defender. Beliveau tries to get it out. It's handballed up. And he is tackled. That's Stone. Stone able to handball it ahead, though. And Cats have it now. They handball it, though, right into the hand of one of the Saints. And let's see, there's a race for it, and that's going to be a goal. They weren't quite able to get there in time. And Quebec will have the first major score of the afternoon. And right now it's Quebec 6, Maine 1. And the Cats actually kind of a composite side because some of the players that played with the Vermont Black Diamonds are going to be participating in wearing the hoops, the blue and white hoops of the Maine Cats. And also the Mighty Cats of Geelong. And moves ahead here as someone's liking what I put on Twitter. And it gets kicked ahead. Cats trying to move it forward, but then brought right back by the Saints. And with it there is Crawford. Crawford with a kick. It's hanging, looking for, it actually goes between a couple of players. And Kempster tries to get away with it. He can't. Cats out on the march once again, and they will just kick it right up through the corridor. It goes over everybody. There's just going to be a race for it now, and it's going to be picked up there by Manassa once again. Cats trying to defend while the Saints are on the move, and it's going to skip ahead. Stays in play. Cats have it. And they're just going to look for a target in close. Goes over everybody, and Cats will pick it up off the ground. Handball goes off, and here, he can't pick it up. He had some space to run. He just couldn't hang on to that handball. And now it's marked on the other side by Quebec, and they'll kick it out to Rotaru, who's got it, who takes the mark. He's just going to play on. He cuts back inside, but then handballs outside, looking for and getting Crawford. Crawford kicking it in now toward the goals, and marked! Going up high and pulling that one down. That's number 9 once again, Elliot Kempster. Kempster gets it to the boot. That's bending back. That's going to go through. That's a goal. And Quebec has extended their lead. It's now 2 goals, 12 points. Maine just the one behind. So 2 straight 12 to 1 behind 1. As they'll bring it back up to center. Just a reminder, by the way, if you're looking for a Stateside Footy on TV, you can find it on your local cable channel in some spots. If you can't, just call your local cable channel. Tell them you want to see Stateside Footy TV. Even send us a line. Send an email to billrobert@statesidefootytv.com. I'll tell you how you can get it on your local TV station. You can check us out online, too, on Vimeo, Stateside Footy TV. It's basically a vimeo.com/channels/Stateside Footy TV. You can see all of our episodes up there. As the clearance once again won by the Saints, as it goes to Rotaru now. Tries to handball it to Crawford, but it's taken away by Beliveau. Beliveau gets some space. He handballs it up, and here come the Cats. Moving up through, and let's see here. It's going to take a bounce, and then punched ahead by the Saints. Comes back, I believe that's Manasseh with it once again. Big kick in, and spoiling attempt there as they try to get it to Aaron Stone. Cats trying to move it through the corridor. Goes over everybody. Takes a bounce. Sits for Quebec, and they will come back with it again. The Saints on the march. And there'll be a race to the ball. Cats will get there first. It sits for him, and he's able to get it to the boot, but it's marked by Rotaru. And Rotaru will just move in, sell some candy, handball off to Aaron Stone. Stone with a kick. The kick is smothered. Cats try and come back with it. Rotaru with it once again off the ground. Smothered once again by the Cats. Nice job by the Maine Cats. And the handball goes through, and they'll punch it back through. And it goes back to Beliveau now. And Beliveau will try and kick it up through. And let's see. They've got space. It won't sit for him. He can't pick it up. Tries to shepherd one of the Saints off the ball. However, there are 2 Saints there, and he's able to handball it off. However, one of the Saints picks it up, and he is wrapped up as soon as he gets the ball. Saints there. And Cats have it now, and that's a high kick, and it's going to bounce, and might wind up in Cat hands after all. A bunch of players going for it. One player goes down after the collision. One of the Cats has it now. He is wrapped up, tries to handball it off, and that's kicked out by Corey Crawford, and is marked. Marked by Beliveau. And he's going to kick it up. They might have someone there. Oh, he can't mark it. It goes right through his hands. And they would have had a perfect shot on goal from there as it goes toward the sticks there. And then, it's kicked out. That's on the full. Kicked out on the full. That'll be a free kick for the Cats. He just tried to kick it ahead. Tried to get it along the boundary line, but didn't quite hit the ball exactly where he wanted to. So as a result, he sprayed that kick out of bounds on the full. And the Maine Cats will have a great opportunity as they get the free kick at their right half forward flank. They kick a centering ball, goes through, loose ball in front. They're trying to get it off the ground. Quebec defending there, and still loose ball. Quebec with it now. They're trying to move it out, and he's able to get the ball to the boot, and Beliveau trying to pick it up. A loose ball now, and it's taken by the Saints as Rotaru gets it over to Kempster once again. Kick goes high. There's a race for it. Who's going to get there first? It looks like the Cats will get there first, and they'll bring it right back. Line drive kick. Takes a weird bounce. Winds up in Cat hands. Here come the Cats once again. And let's see. Quebec's going to pick it right up, though. Turn it right around into attack. That's with it now. That's Chamberlain. Kick goes up. Rotaru marks it. He's going to stop. And then play on calls the umpire, and he's tackled. Holding the ball. It's a 50. They're calling a 50. So they wound up, they paid the mark, and even though Rotaru did take a step, he said, no, I want to take the kick. He was tackled, and as a result, Maine incurs a 50-meter penalty. So that's going to be an opportunity for Quebec to add some more points to this total as we get to the latter stages of this first half. And they just kick it out wide, And that's marked there. And that's Kempster with it now. Kempster's going to look to do the long bomb. That's the long kick. Dang. Going right through. Or did it? I see one of the Cats set up in the back goal square. Oh, I hear someone say behind, so that's a minor score. First minor score for the Quebec Saints. They lead by 2 straight kicks right now, 2-1-13 to 1 behind 1. And the Maine Cats will have the kick in their own back goal square. And they just sky it. Rotaru is there. He marks it. Once again, Quebec could take advantage of a 7-point play. And he just spears a kick. Not quite marked, though. And another player's going to come up with it. He is taken down. That was Crawford. Crawford dispossessed. And then the Cats kick it out, but it's intercept marked. And here comes Quebec with it now. And the kick there by number 22. That's Greg Bridges. Goes over to Chamberlain now. Simon Chamberlain for the Quebec Saints. And that kick is going to be going wide and almost marked. Play on calls the umpire, and that kick is smothered, and it's going to be out of bounds. Out of bounds on the full. It looks like free kick for the Maine Cats. So not quite the 7-point play for the Saints as the Cats look to kick it in, and nobody there but Saints, though, as Rotaru gets the intercept mark. Handballs to Chamberlain. Chamberlain with a kick there. That looks to be going to the left, and I believe that will be a single point. Indeed it will, so that's 2-2-14 now. 14 for Quebec, 1 point for Maine. And Maine will take the kick in once again, middle bit of a line drive kick, and winds up in Quebec hands once again. They're just going to turn it right around. He takes a running bounce, picks it up, kicks it, and let's see here. It's going to take a weird bounce, and the Cats have numbers right now. He picks it up off a bounce, and he's going to blast it right up the corner. But once again, the Saints are there to get in the way. Handball goes off to Chamberlain from Manasseh. And now with it, that's number 22 once again. That's Bridges. He kicks in, and it's going to bounce right before it gets to its intended target. And the Cats have it now. Maine once again kicking, going to the far wing, and it's going to take a bounce and take a weird bounce. One of the Cats tries to pick it up. One of the other Cats tries to pick it up. And the Cats do have numbers. And, just a little bit of a spear kick there. He's able to pick it up off a bounce. Here come the Cats now to their side of the ground. He takes a running bounce, but it bounces behind him. He picks it back up, though. Handballs it back, and then he slips. And the free kick going to the Cats. And they kick it in. Can't quite mark it, but they've got it. Bounces into the hands of another Cat. He's going to try a grubber along the ground, and let's see who's going to get there. It's going to hit the behind post. It's going to be out of bounds. They got to stop play as it hit the behind post. So it's going to be a boundary throw-in. Still a good result for Maine, though, as they get the boundary throw-in in their left forward pocket. They could still win the clearance and try and do something with it. Out it comes now. Hit out. Right in the Cat hand. Oh, and then he's dispossessed. Another Cat tries to pick it up. We've got a whistle. And that's halftime. So there we go. We're at halftime now. This game between the Quebec Saints and the Maine Cats. And at the half, the score stands. Quebec, 2 goals, 2 behinds, 14 points. And Maine Cats, 1 behind, 1 point. Coming up next, second half action, and you'll catch it right here on Stateside Footy.
Australian rules football? In the U.S.? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to USAFL.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We want the champion!
Log on and sign up to join your team at USAFL.com.
Are you into retro gadgets? Ta-da! Then here's your dose of old school tech. This is Tech Throwback. your place to turn for the techno trend from way back when. On Tech Throwback, we look at old computers, classic video games, and all those little doohickeys that used to brighten up your day.
Yeah.
Tech Throwback can be seen on public access television, or you can check us out online at vimeo.com/channels/Tech Throwback. It's the way we used to compute and play back in the day, and you can watch it anytime on Tech Throwback. Quebec right now off to a lead of 13 points, 2-2-14 to 1 behind 1. And like that little lilt there on the whistle. And ball goes up, and it bounced off a hand. Punched out, but right to Manasseh as the Cats were looking to hit it out to advantage. And oh, that is a great mark. I believe that's Kempster once again. He had one of the Cats right on him, hand up, ready to spoil it, but Kempster was able to keep his hands up there and take that mark. And all of a sudden, Quebec with another possible shot on goal. That kick, it's got the distance, doesn't have the aim. And let's see here. I think it just snuck inside the behind post. As I think I see Nick Parker getting ready to take the kick in. So that's 2-3-15 now. In fact, yeah, here comes Parker right now. He's going to take the kick in from his own back goal square. And he'll just blast it up looking for somebody on the wing. Big pack mark there. Big pack forming, I should say. And it's kicked back in now. Marked! Oh, my goodness. The kick there from Greg Bridges to, I believe that's Morgan White who marked it. It is indeed number 25. And that kick looks like, it might have just gone over the post. I hear applause. And they're kicking up to center, so that was indeed a goal. That was pretty close to going over the goal post, but nope, they adjudicated a goal, so that's another major score. Morgan White with the goal there. And now it's 3-3-21 for the Quebec Saints. Still just the solitary point for the Maine Cats. And they'll bring it back up to center once again. Rex will get ready to go to work. And hit back. And to advantage. Cats nice going there. He did well getting that one out there. And, one of the Cats right now, he handballs it back to one of the other Cats. And he's able to get it. That's a big, long kick. And it's going to roll. And that's going to be a goal. Textbook there. Chain of possession. Just bing, bing, bang right down the field. That was beautiful. And Maine gets their first major score of this match. And the score now stands 1-1-7 for Maine, 3-3-21 for Quebec. They needed that goal and just basically just hit it right back, got the clearance, textbook clearance actually, brought it right down the field, and then the last player to touch the ball just let off a massive kick that went straight and true, right through the big sticks, and Maine trying to add to that score right now. And it looks like they're going to get another clearance. Handball goes back, and he is wrapped up and dispossessed and holding the ball. Free kick. And that's going to be going to Greg Bridges again. He gets the kick off, looking for and getting retire. Actually, retire. He does get the play on, he calls. Although I did hear a whistle. I'm not sure if he paid the mark at all. They did pay the mark. So Rotaru does get he gets paid the mark. And it's not like the NFL. The NFL, you have to maintain control of the ball, have a football move, buy stock, do like 9,000 things before they consider it a catch. Here, as long as you can maintain some semblance of control for a certain amount of time, they will pay you the mark. And, that kick is sprayed well wide and then punched out by the Cats and just kicked up the ground. Cats looking to move it ahead. And here we go. He is wrapped up there. Dispossessed. He gets the ball back, and then he is tackled. Cats look for a handball. And here we go. He's got some space now. Gets it to the boot. Almost marked there by O'Connell. O'Connell does soccer it ahead, though. And Quebec can't pick it up. He is wrapped up, but he's able to get out of the grasp. And he's just going to kick it ahead now. Up the corridor. And marked by the Cats in defense. And that goes out wide. Takes a bounce. Takes another bounce. Picked up by the Cats. Nice shepherding there. And the kick going to Belleville, but it is intercept marked. Here comes Quebec with it now. I believe that's Bridges. Bridges with a kick there, and that's a goal. Just snuck it inside the right goalpost, it looks like. And everyone's going back up to center. So Maine got the first goal, but then Quebec gets it right back. And now it's 4-3-27. 20 points right now, the margin between Quebec and Maine. 4-3-27 to 1-1-7. And they're tossing the ball back up now. Rucks go to work, punched ahead. And unfortunately punched ahead into a bunch of Saints, as it was Aaron Stone who picked it up and then handballed it off. And here comes Quebec once again. And they're moving now on the far wing. Still got it. Centering ball. Rotaru's there. It's going to take a bounce, and it won't quite sit for him, so he's got to run back to fetch it. He's got it now. And then gets around Nick Parker. And just looks to line up a kick. That is an intercept mark. That is a nice mark there from the Cats. And the Cats moving ahead. And takes a one bounce and then sits for him. And he's able to run around the tackle. Oh, it takes a good bounce for the Cats, however. Quebec has it. And a player gets dispossessed with it there. Getting relieved of the ball is Manassa. Holding the ball, free kick for the Cats. They got rewarded for that tackle. Maine looking to get some numbers up ahead of the ball. And he just spears that one. Bit of a line drive kick. Oh, it takes a weird bounce, though. And then they try and punch it ahead. But it's kicked off the deck. Right into Maine hands, the Cats once again. And the kick, it's going to go, and oh, that'll bounce right to him. That's a very fortuitous bounce. And then, oh, that is smothered. Nice smother there by Olivier Bernard. And Quebec has it now. They twist around, kick towards the sticks. That's going to take a bounce. Stay in play, though. Knocked out. Oh, he takes out the behind post. And here comes Parker with it now. Parker looking for, almost getting his man right at the boundary, but he can't hang on to it. Ball bounces off his hands, rolls out of bounds. We're going to have a boundary throw in. That's just a post going down. That happens all the time now. Stacey's like, you should have been more demonstrative. I'm like, I'll save that for a behind. Or like when Sean Burbank just like whacks somebody right through the post. Like what happened with Chicago last year. As the hit toss goes up once again, I should say, and hit out to advantage by Quebec. And oh boy, he's got it now. Oh, he gets run down, tackled. That was number 15. That's Arthur Marshall. And holding the ball, Cats. However, that's intercept marked there. Free kick by the Cats. They tried to kick it ahead, just over their intended target. Intercept marked there by the Cats by number 53. That's Lawrence Merce. And he's going to take his run up. And will that kick have the carry? It will. Will not have the aim, though, as it goes wide. Goes off a little bit to the left. That'll be a minor score. 4-4-28 now for the Saints. Still 1-1-7 for the Cats. And Parker kicks it out. Looking for Belleville. They try and knock it on ahead. Quebec has it, though. That's Manassa with it once again. Handballs to a teammate. Kicks over to Crawford. Crawford's got it. He is wrapped up. He is dispossessed. Still ball in play. Handballed off. And that kick smothered by one of the Cats. It's loose in front. Parker trying to get it now. Oh, boy. Goes through a couple of the Cats. Saints have it now. That's a handball. Kicked in now by Crawford. And where's that going to wind up? That's going to wind up going through for a behind. And it's 4-5-29 now for the Quebec Saints. Kick in from the Cats over to Parker. He marks it. So Nick Parker's got the ball now. Still a few minutes left to go in this one as he kicks it up looking for and getting his man. They're going to play on and move it ahead now. Bit of a spear kick that is intercepted and kicked right back by Manasseh for the Saints. That is marked right in front. He will play on, and he will just kick the goal. I believe that's Morgan White. 5-5-35 for the Quebec Saints. It looks like they will be coasting to victory here. Maine Cats, though, today in an earlier match, they did play the new team, the Vermont Black Diamonds, and the Cats actually picked up the first victory in team history, which obviously their team history started this year, but their first win today, they picked it up. They beat Vermont. That was a game you saw in an earlier episode here of Stateside Footy. As the ball gets tossed up once again. Punched out. Nice clearance if they can get it. However, it goes right into Quebec hands. Takes a bounce. And with it now, that's Kempster. Maine's got it now. And the player's wrapped up. And we got a whistle. And it's holding the ball. Free kick, Quebec. So the Saints could add another goal here. And that one's got not quite the distance, but it's marked right in front. And that's Morgan White. He could have a chance to kick two in a row here. And he's going to. Blast that right through. 6-5-41 for Quebec. So the Saints coming up with a six-pack on this Saturday afternoon against the Maine Cats. And they now lead by 34 points, 41-7. Couple of minutes left to go in this one. Punched out, actually goes off a couple of hands. And once again, looks like the Saints will get the clearance. Maybe not. Here come the Cats now. They pick it up off the ground. And they kick it up now, looking for, and there's going to be a race for it. It's going to skip, and who's going to get there first? Looks like the Saints will get there first. Oh, it bounces through. Takes a weird bounce, bounces past one of the players. Kicked through and almost marked by one of the Cats. That would have been a nice intercept mark. He just couldn't hang on to it. It bounced off his chest. And once again, Quebec with it now. Handball goes back, and then a kick goes up. And it is marked there by Bridges. Bridges with a kick, and that's moved ahead. And it looks like the Cats are going to get there first. He's just going, oh boy, he tried to soccer it off the ground to Parker. Goes past him into the hands of Morgan White. White handballs it. Oh, and that is knocked away. Cats, once again, with it. And they're just going to bring it up the corridor. He takes a running bounce, gets around one tackle, takes another running bounce, and then kicks it. But once again, it looks like he's going to kick it right into a bunch of Quebec Saints. However, it takes a bounce and winds up in Cat hands, but then the Saints will pick it up anyway. They get dispossessed, and we got a whistle. And a free kick. Free kick there going to Mark DeVoe. DeVoe taking his time looking for a target up front. And he's just going to kick a little bit of a line drive. Takes a couple of bounces. It's loose. Cats giving chase. They've got it now. And the kick goes in, and it is intercept marked by the Saints. And we've got an injured player on the ground. That looks to be number 12. That's Corey Crawford. So he's coming out. So the Saints will have the free kick. Up it goes now, and they're going to bring it back. They're going to re-kick it. And we're going to try it again. At this point, it's pretty moot anyhow. But they're just going to kick it across the ground. Takes a bounce, and they're going to bring it back again. So they're going to have to put it to the boot again. This last passage of play has had more reboots in the Batman franchise. One more time. And the kick goes up now. By the way, I have no idea why those kicks were brought back, but they were. It doesn't matter because Quebec's got it now. They're on the run and bounces right in front of their intended target. He is wrapped up, taken down, and is holding the ball. Free kick. And it's kicked ahead now by the Cats. But once again, that's going to be intercept marked by the Saints. Arthur Marshall once again. And that's handballed out. Oh, it actually goes right off his feet in the center of the ground. And plenty of players to back him up, though. Kicking out to the wing. Rotaru marks it with a man right on him. And he plays on. Kicking out to the side. That is marked. And the Saints with another opportunity to knock one home here. And that kick gets high. Will it have the carry? It looks so. Yes, that's a goal. And now it's at 7-5-47. So Quebec have extended their lead to 40 points now. 7-5-47 to 1-1-7. And not much time left at all in this one. I mean, at this point, it's already pretty much done and dusted. And they'll bring it back once again. As the wind dies down once again, and then picks up once again. Just as I say, the wind dies down, it picks up again. It's like originally we had our tent set up, and then it was windy. We're like, oh, we'll pull the tent down. And then the winds died down, and we're like, oh, we'll pull the tent back up. And then once we put the tent back up, it started getting windy again. As the kick comes out, they were looking for DeVoe. And the Cats trying to move it ahead. With it now is O'Connell. O'Connell gets it to the boot. I don't know what he was trying there. And it's going to be punched through. It looks like that's going to be a rushed behind. No, I guess, let's see, it's a kick in there. And, oh, he tried to run with it before he had it. And the Cats with it now. By the way, that adds to their score. It's now 1-8 as the ball skips along the far boundary. Quebec with it once again. And that's intercept marked by the Cats, and they'll play on. Oh, and then he basically sold himself into trouble. Gets it to the boot, though. But then he gets the free kick. And that's full time. So he's still got his free kick, but I don't know if he's got any Malcolm Blight theatrics in him. So the arms have gone up. We're at full time. But he was awarded a free kick just before that final whistle went off. And let's see here. That's a big kick. I don't know if it's going to make it. And nope, it's marked there. And that's it, full time. We have the end of the match. Another big victory for the club from Quebec. Final score here in Vermont. The Quebec Saints, 7 goals, 5 behinds, 47 points. And the Maine Cats, 1 goal, 2 behinds, 8 points. And that'll do it for the action from the field today. However, that won't do it for this episode of Stateside Footy. And while we just saw the Quebec Saints, let's keep them in mind. Coming up next, we'll bring you a Stateside Footy Flashback, which features one of the best Quebec Saints moments in Stateside Footy history. That's coming up next. Stay tuned right here to Stateside Footy. More action here at Ipswich River Park. It's a men's 2x20 footy match between the Chicago Swans and the Quebec Saints. A lot of teams here today, a lot of footy being played. And the ball goes up and knocks out and starting out with losing it there. Montreal, that was number 4 for the Saints. That's Bogdan Rotaru. He handballs it up and with it there, number 29, that was Clement Costa. Kicks it ahead. Marked and played on. And he's going to kick. I believe that kick's going to go wide, though. Indeed, it will. That's number 20, Ali Telia. Well, I'll tell you, that was a behind. But Quebec taking the first point of the match. So now the Swans will get the kick in their own back goal square. Or will they? No, they're signaling a goal. I thought that was it looked like a behind, but apparently it was a goal. So now it's 1 straight 6. So the goal was kicked there, so I'll tell you, I was wrong. Tossed up now and knocked out. Oh, we have a player down out of the ruck for Quebec. Swans move it ahead. Punched away. Nice job there in defense by the Saints. Kicked over, though, and that's going to be a behind. That's just a single point. I believe that was kicked by number 23. That's the team sheet I have says Pony/Donkey. So I'm wondering if he got the assist from Shrek. Quebec with the kick in now. Oh, they're trying to mark it there. Was one of the Saints there. That was number 31. That's Phil Manassa. Quebec with it now. Handball ahead. And knocked down from behind. That's a push in the back. It's got to be. And the free kick going to the Quebec Saints. And I believe that's, looks like number 20, so I believe that's Ali Telia once again. The one who kicked the Saints goal. Nice intercept mark there. He's just going to run on with it. And kick it, and it's marked. Marked there by number 12. That's Scotty. A little bit of sledging from Quebec there. And that kick is sprayed well wide, and that's going to be out on the full, it looks like. Yep, out on the full. Bit of sledging there from the Quebec contingent. Talking a bit of smack on the ground. Oh, wow. And let's see. Jumped in. Oh, marked. And that one ahead. Kick now, and that looks like it's going to come down and be just a little bit off. Earl Stewart kicking the behind there, the minor score. So now it's 2 behinds 2 against that 1 straight 6 for Quebec. Kick in marked by Chicago, and they'll take it back once again. The mark taken there by number 23. Once again, that's Pony, Donkey. And let's see, we got another point for Chicago. Yeah, so after what we've seen from either the game at Nationals or this game, maybe we should have to change the name to either the Chicago F-Bombs or the Chicago 50s. Kick in there. Almost taken. Bounced off the hands of number 10. That's Iceman. Swans once again trying to bring it into attack. Soccered off the ground there by number 11. That's Pierre-Olivier Chemin. Kick goes back into the Swans forward 50. Kept in play. Nice job there. And then tapped ahead. Player tries to pick it up. Handballs it off. Kicks it across and taken away by the Quebec Saints. Handballed off. And here come the Saints now. Nice rolling running bounce there. That's number 31, Phil Manassa once again. He's actually taking the ground, and let's see here. Holding the ball. As he's brought down. Gets called for the improper disposal. And kick going over now. Intercept mark taken there by number 28. That's Morgan White. He's going to kick it out to the wing, where it's going to be marked by Luke Anderson. Anderson with it now. Luke Anderson, one of the stalwarts of this footy club. Also a fellow fan of the Geelong Cats footy club. So we're kind of both in not a good mood today as the Cats lost to Gold Coast. Anyway, back to the game. Oh, my goodness. It's not only kicked on the full, it's kicked off the continent. It was kicked out, went like right over our tent, right over everything. And Stacy on the jib giving chase as it went all the way into field 2. Oh, my goodness. And let's see, just moving in now, that's number 22, who I don't have here. And let's see. Marking contest there. Winds up being picked up by the Saints. A bit of a wrestling hold there. And let's see, we'll ball it up. The umpire will ask for it there. As tackled with the ball was Morgan White.
Yay, team, we're almost there.
And kicked ahead, we've got a whistle. I believe that was for Mark, but Chicago's got it now. Try, I believe, a rolling bounce, but he fumbles it. He's got it back, but can't get control in time to stop himself before running over the boundary. So it'll be a boundary throw in on the Quebec end of the field, so nice job for them. Good result. Knocked ahead by White. And it goes out of bounds once again. And tossed up and knocked out. Handed over there. That was Dom pitching. Winds up knocking it over, and then big chase for it on the other side of the ground. It'll be a boundary throw in once again, but once again, good result for the Quebec Saints as it's in their forward pocket on the left side. And the throw-in goes past everybody, picked up by the Swans now, and they'll just kick it ahead. Not a very good kick, though. Kick back now, and taken by Chicago, and then knocked out before they can really have a chance to do something with it. So it'll be a rush behind for Quebec. Extends their lead, though, 1-1-7 to 3 behind 3. Kick in taken by Chicago and marked, and they're going to try and move it through. Not a very good kick there, but the target's able to get it off one bounce. Kick going wide, bouncing, staying wide. With it now, that's number 10. That's Luke O'Farrell. O'Farrell gets it back after handballing it back and forth to one of his fellow players. However, takes a bounce friendly to Chicago. Kicked ahead. Chicago looking to move it forward now. Kicked up, and not a very good kick there. But it's marked. Kick made by number 14, whose name is actually, there we go. Big Sammy Newman. I wonder if that's his real name or if he's a footy show fan. Knocked ahead there, a little bit of a knock on by Chicago. And that was Scotty who knocks it out. According to Mike Shepard, he's a former Demon, too. Another former Demon plays for this club now, Danny Eunice. And let's see. It'll be balled up once again. Tossed back up. And knocked aside. And here comes Quebec with it right now. Kick out looking for a target. It'll bounce once. Actually, won't sit for him, though. That's number 12, Randy Andrada. Swans look to move it back into attack, but that errant handball winds up going over the line. As a result, it will be out, and there'll be a boundary throw in. Toss back in. And let's see, the Rucks don't really get to it much. Taken there, and here come the Saints. Nice little bit of a handball there. They weren't really truly expecting it, though. Kicked ahead now, and goes over the head of Chris Cuellar. And let's see. Got another whistle. And a free kick going to the Swans. I didn't see the infraction because I was looking down to get Cuellar's name off the player sheet here. Kick, and nice mark there. Nice mark by Sean. Spoil in the back line. And they're moving it through now, and handballed up. Taken by Chicago, though. And it goes out. It's ruled out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Boundary throw-in right in front of our commentary position. Up it goes once again. And punched ahead by Chicago. Handball over, and push in the back there. Oh, actually, no, I guess not. Could have been, but it wasn't considered that since number 7. That's Kevin. Up we go once again. And head out to advantage. But Chicago couldn't get a hand on it. And now Quebec's got it. Luke O'Farrell has taken, and free kick going to Chicago after that one. The Swannies kick. Goes a long way, lining up for a contest. Oh, nice mark there! Number 23. That's a Pony Donkey once again. However, Bogdan Rotaru for Quebec taking the worst of that collision. Bit of a screamer there by Chicago. Nice mark, and now he's got the pretty good opportunity for a set shot at goal here. Looking for Chicago's first major score, and getting Chicago's first major score, and all of a sudden they jump into the lead. Now 139 to 117 in favor of the Chicago Swans. The Swans and the Saints. And they'll bring it back out to center. Nine to 7 right now. Close game between Chicago and Quebec. And it'll be tossed up right now and hit ahead once again. Nice job by the Swans ruckman there. In fact, he just kicked the goal as well after taking a really nice mark. And Quebec playing with it now along the boundary. They try and kick it in toward the center. Chicago getting a hand on it, though. Kicked ahead. A little bit of a soccer. Trying to get it to an advantageous position by Quebec. Winds up going the Swannies' way instead. Swans have it now. He gets the handball out before he's tackled, and the Swans are on the move. Just trying to pick it up. Nice Shepherd there, too. Chicago looks to kick it. However, Quebec will have the numbers, and indeed the ball will be marked. They'll go back for it right now and take the free kick. And he'll just kick it ahead there. Spoiled. Spoiled by number 28, Earl Stewart. And right now the player's just trying to get the ball off the ground. Some open space for Chicago, but he can't get the ball to sit for him. As a result, I believe that was number 10. I believe the player playing now wearing number 10. That's Danny Eunice, formerly of the Boston Demons, now with the Chicago Swans. Off of the clearance, though, it winds up going into the Chicago end, but then Quebec soccering off the ground and putting it out over the boundary line. So we'll have another boundary throw in. First half of this one, Chicago versus Quebec, and right now Chicago leading by 2 points, 9 to 7. Kick goes into the forward 50 for Chicago. There's a race for it now. It's going to be won, and then tries for the overhead punch, and it's going to be just brought out of bounds there. The overhead punch attempted there by Earl Stewart. In there on the play as well is Scotty, number 12. And goes up once again and hit out to advantage by Chicago. They have it now. Stewart's got it. Stewart with a centering ball. Eunice can't take the mark. It goes off his hands. And now the ball is loose. Both teams battling for it. Battle along the ground. And it'll be balled up once again. Punched ahead again once by the punched ahead once again by the Chicago ruckman, I should say, and hit ahead there by Eunice, and then it's going to go. Actually, it stays in. Looked like it was going to go out, but Chicago's still with it. Kick around the body, a little bit of a snap. Goes across the face of goal. But now Chicago keeping it in play. Nice job there. I believe that was Stewart once again. It was. Deep angle. They try and handball it off. And he just gets a snap kick off. And it's hits the post. So that's a point for the Swans. 1-4-10 now. Chicago gets to double figures in the kick-in. Battled for. Right now, though, Chicago with the numbers, but Quebec with the ball. Kicked ahead now, getting the ball there. Nice job there by Kevin for the, I'm sorry, that would be number 7, Paul Fairbrother for Quebec. And now the ball goes out. And once again, it'll be tossed back in. And let's see, punched ahead. Bounces off the corner and brought out of bounds. With the ball there, number 33. That's Sean. Tossed back in by the boundary umpire, Sean Burbank. And now kicked ahead. Easily marked there in the forward 50. And with it there is Earl Stewart. Stewart with a chance to put his team further ahead. Right now they lead 1-4 to 1-1. Only 3 points. That's a big kick, and that looks pretty straight. That's a goal. Huge kick there by Earl Stewart, giving Chicago their second major of the match. And now they lead 2 goals, 4 behind, 16 points to the Quebec 1-1-7. And they'll bring it back to center. And up we go once again. And knocked back to advantage by Chicago. However, from there, they didn't get a clean possession, so not really a clean clearance. In fact, Quebec trying to get it to their end of the ground now, and Swanee's on the run. You get it to Eunice now. Danny Eunice kicks it in, and it's tapped away. Nice job there by the Quebec back line. However, not a very good kick. And it's taken by Chicago once again. Eunice kicks it in and puts it ahead of a waiting teammate. Handballed out. Quebec trying to move in their own back line. They get the kick off. Nobody but Swans there. Eunice kicks it again. And let's see, he's going to take a bounce and wind up in front. Loose ball. Quebec gets there first. He's taken. That could have been a high tackle, but maybe not. Sockers it along the ground. And they're pretty much the goalkeeper in the back there. Kicks it out. Handballed off. And a little bit of a centering ball there. Marked. Marked there by Pony, who kicks it ahead now. A little bit of a spear kick, but it's marked right in front. Is that Stewart once again? Yep, 28. That's Earl Stewart. Stewart with a chance to put more distance between them and Quebec. And they do it. Another major score. All of a sudden, we're looking at 3-4-22 to 1-1-7. Chicago with their foot on the accelerator now. Quebec not really having much of an answer. And they'll bring it back up to center once again. And head out to advantage by Chicago. Kick goes in. Stewart going after it again. However, it's marked. Marked by Simon Auger, or I should say, since it's Quebec, probably Simon Auger. He gets the kick over to Paul Fairbrother. Nice kick by Fairbrother. Looking to set somebody up in close. Marked! Oh, that was beautiful. A 2-touch mark there as he was in a contest. And need to see, that would be number 3. That would be Chris Cuellar. Beautiful mark there in a pack. Or I'm sorry, that's not Cuellar, it's 31. And he's got a big high kick that goes straight. Nice job there. I only saw the 3, but I think it was actually 31. That would have been Phil Manassa with the kick. But the important part is it is a straight kick and a major score for Quebec, who have not scored in a while, and they did need that one, as they now cut it to within 10. Score there right now is 22-13, and they've blown the whistle for halftime, so that's where we're going to be going into halftime. At halftime, the score stands: the Chicago Swans 3 goals, 4 behinds, 22 points, and the Quebec Saints 2 goals, 1 behind, 13 points. Coming up next, we'll bring you the conclusion of this match. Of course, we're talking about the second half of action here as we continue with more Aussie Rules football played here in the States. That's why we call it Stateside Footy.
Australian rules football? In the U.S.? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to USAFL.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We want the champion!
Log on and sign up to join your team at USAFL.com.
It has been a full day of footy here at Ipswich River Park, and there's still more to come. And, of course, more to come on subsequent episodes of Stateside Footy. As today, the teams in attendance have played a total, or it will have played a total of 11 games once everything's said and done. And, by the way, if the field umpire looks a little familiar, that's Emily Reel from the Boston Lady Demons. And Quebec looking to get the clearance with it now is Manassa, who's got a really nice mark and goal. Punched ahead by the Swans, though. That's number 1. Tom the Lumberjack. And he's okay. Comes back now. Chicago with a kick, and Pony tries to mark it. He can't. If it sounds like I'm goofing, I'm not. For the team sheet, they basically gave me all the player nicknames. So this is like a casting call for a Top Gun movie. Everyone's got nicknames. Toss back in after it goes over out of bounds. Boundary throw in. And the Swans get the clearance, but they're pushed back a little bit, but now they've got it. And they are moving forward. Quebec's got their hands on it now. And they've got some space to work. Kick into the Quebec forward half now. Spoiled from behind by one of the Swans. It was number 38, Willie Convoy. Ball goes to ground. Quebec tries to pick it up. Actually tried a one-handed pickup. That was pretty impressive. We've got a whistle, and let's see here. Looks like a free kick is being awarded to Quebec. Free kick going to number 41, Dom Pitchin. Getting set for a big set shot here. And it doesn't look like it'll have the carry, but it could come right in front. Oh, gets fisted right past the oncoming Morgan White, and now Chicago's kicked it out of the zone. And they're moving with it now. Actually, they lose it, but they get it back. Handball out. Taken by Pony. Pony kicks it ahead. And let's see here. It's just going to roll and roll and roll and roll and roll and wind up going out of bounds. But still a good result for Chicago, as it will result in a boundary throw-in deep in their attacking territory. Quebec looking for a good clearance and just a chance to move the ball out. Fisted over, though. The Swans get it. Kick off the boot there. Going high and marked. Nice kick and nice mark. Mark once again taken by Earl Stewart. Kick was made by Kevin. And that kick is straight. Another goal for Chicago. They add to the lead now. They get the first points of the second half. And they stack up more points doing it. And now they lead 4-4-28 to 2-1-13. And they'll bring the ball back to center here. Still after this, we've got more games to go today. More games to bring you on Stateside Footy. And it's tossed up for grabs once again. Punched ahead, and that seems to be Pony's tactic in the ruck, and it seems to be working pretty well so far. But a free kick now awarded after a bit of an infringement there. Free kick awarded to Quebec. And they're just going to boom it long and look for a target. Taking it, nice little leaping mark there. That's Morgan White. White goes back. Question is, will he just go for the set shot, or will he just try and set somebody up in closer? Saints right now looking to stack up numbers in the goal square. He'll do his run up and then a kick. That's a big kick. It's high, but will it have the carry? It will. It's got the carry, just not the direction. A minor score for Quebec. And now they're at 2-2-14. So right now they have literally half the score of Chicago. 4-4-28 to 2-2-14. Not only is the point total a complete half, but the goals and behinds too. Kick going out on the full, so a free kick going to Quebec. Big kick there. It's hooking around. And let's see. Trying to mark it right in there was a number 29. That's Clement Costa. Winds up going through the sticks, though. As is determined by goal umpire Dave Morton, who's wearing many hats today. As the kick in is almost marked by Chicago. Quebec on the move now, trying to bring it back. There's number 14. That's Ronan Shaughnessy. And he kicks it to Phil Manassa, who takes the mark. He then kicks it ahead. Sidestep. Oh, he loses the ball. And there we go. Pinged for holding the ball. As Morgan White tackled, he lost it and winds up giving a free kick to Willie Conway. Conway with the kick now. Going through and no mark. Couple of players collided. Ball went to ground. Handball over now, and here come the Swans with it once again. Handball out. And let's see. And they're going to get the free kick. I believe that was an improper disposal after that tackle. So as a result, free kick going to Quebec. And he's just going to try and kick it long, try and get a target in the attacking area. Goes off of about 5 sets of hands. First player there is going to have a Chicago jumper on, however. And then it gets knocked out of bounds. Good result for Quebec, obviously. Boundary throw in deep in their attacking area. Probably about 10 meters out from goal. And knocked out once again by Swans. They take it, though. With it now, it's Bogdan Rotaru once again. He's got that kick, and that's going to go, I think that's going to go wide again. It is. Quebec getting some scoring shots, but they're all going wide. But they are cutting into the lead, albeit ever so slightly. Chicago now takes the kick in from their own back goal square. And White tries to get in and get it for the Saints. Swans wind up with it, though. And he's able to get it to the boot. It's going to take a bounce and wind up in the hands of number 14. That's Big Sammy Newman. Handball attempt there. Missed. Quebec looking for it now. They kick it ahead. It's a bit of a speared kick there. And almost in the hands of Fabio Petosa, number 42. He's got it now. And he loses it, and he picks it up almost again. And let's see. We got a whistle. And a free kick going to the Swans. I believe it was after that last dispossession. Nice mark there. And the mark is paid to Pony once again. And he'll just kick it ahead. Takes a bounce. Still goes to ground. Quebec with it now. And still running with it there. Got a player out there. He's got an open target. Able to tap it to his own advantage. Then he's going to handball it off. Another handball. Quebec moving it now. Nice kick there by Fairbrother, but it's marked by Chicago. A couple of players calling for holding the ball after the Chicago player was tackled and dropped the ball. And handball goes through and winds up going to ground once again. Quebec still trying to move it through. Kicked by Fairbrother, and that's a long kick, and that might be straight. That's a goal! Paul Fairbrother for the Quebec Saints. Major score, and Quebec did need that. And now they're within a straight kick. 4-4-28 to 3-4-22. Swans seem to have numbers everywhere, but right now, Quebec doing a very nice job with their work rate, trying to get that ball and move it forward. And so far, it's resulted in 4 scoring shots to 1 in this second half. Unfortunately, all but one of those scoring shots went wide. Once again, though, getting it out of the ruck, Chicago. Darn good at the clearances, but they've got a terrific ruckman there. Fairbrother tries to punch it back to one of his teammates. Quebec's got it now, losing the ball there, but not being pinged for it there was another one of the Saints. That was number 19. That's Simon Auger. Tries to handball it ahead. Oh, nice mark there. He's going to play on. That's number 28. That's Morgan White. He just kicks it to open space. And giving chase for the Saints there is Clement Cost, number 29. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a boundary throw-in. Time counting down to the second half. Quebec trying to get through and get at least the equalizer. Tapped ahead, once again, by the Chicago ruckman. Handballed over. Bounces off a Quebec player. He's moving up now, but then Chicago takes it back. And now they look to kick it, and it's marked. And he'll just play on, kick it right ahead. They've got a couple of open players. Chicago has numbers there, and he hands that one off, and this will be the easiest goal you'll ever see. It goes right through. I believe that was number 33. That was Sean with that. And Quebec had done all that work to bring it within a straight kick, and now it's 2 straight kicks. Winding up there now, 12 points in it. Quebec, as Chicago takes another major score there. And the score stands right now 5-4-34 to 3-4-22. And they'll bring it back to center. Tossed up once again. And that Chicago ruckman is unbelievable. He's just been punching him out all over the place. And let's see, Eunice tries to kick it ahead. Rolling ball, it's bouncing. Oh, a nice little over the head handball there. And looks like that's another goal. Just went with a blind handball just over his head, and actually isn't. Oh, I'm sorry, no, that would be a minor score. Oh, nope, okay, it is a major. I thought they were setting up to take the kick in, but no, that did go through. So 2 very rapid major scores for the Chicago Swans. And now they've jumped that lead up to 18 points. 3 straight kicks. 6-4-40 to 3-4-22. And once again, they'll toss it up. And, my goodness, that Chicago ruckman is just unbelievable. However, the Swannies can't really do much with that clearance as Quebec gets in there, and they're trying to move with it right now. Trying to get his number 14, Ronan Shaughnessy. Kicked ahead now. It's kind of a line drive. Takes a bounce. A bunch of players give chase, and it winds up going out of bounds. So we'll have a boundary throw in pretty much at the center, right at the wing. Minutes counting down in the second half, and right now Chicago up by 3 major scores. And let's see, we've got a whistle, and I think we're going to be doing it all over again. Like the scene from the film Miracle. Again. Anyway, tapped out once again by the Swans ruckman, and the Swans work with it. They've got another clearance. Kick in, looking for a target. Ball goes to ground. Bit of a contest there between a Quebec player and a Chicago player. Battery on the TV? Or on the camera? Okay. No, TV. No, you've still got the camera rolling. You just can't see what you're shooting. Kick to head, and let's see. Yeah. Hang on, Brian. Here's the hood for the LCD. Kick goes ahead now, and nice mark there by Quebec. They've got to move, and they've got to hurry. They're down 3 straight, and time's a-wasting. Kick across the ground. It's marked. They pay it, and they just play on. Trying to set up a target in their forward 50. Nice spoil there. But it's taken now. Oh, my God, he's tackled, and he's thrown down. That's got to be a free kick. Fabio Pato's taken high for the Quebec Saints, number 42. He's been showing a lot of effort all day, and will get another free kick for his efforts. That's a high tackle there, definitely. So he's lined up now pretty much just at the top of the square, so this should be a pretty easy kick for him. And once again, another step by Quebec as they continue to climb the ladder to get back into this. Indeed, that is a goal. So now it's 4-4-28 for the Quebec Saints. So now they trail by 2 straight kicks, but they are coming, and the ball is coming back to center. Chicago off to a pretty substantial lead there for a while, but all of a sudden Quebec has come back, and they've been able to chain some goals together. And they are definitely on the march now. Chicago had best beware as they bring it back to center, and once again another chance for either team to punch it out and get it into their particular end of the ground as they look to bring it back up once again. And coming out of the ruck, gets hit out and winds up in Chicago hands, at least momentarily, and getting it there. That was number 16 there. That's Hot Sauce, Pedro, and now it goes off a couple of Chicago hands, and they're still moving it though. Swans moving it ahead, and kick goes in, goes off a couple of hands, and winds up rolling, and looks like it'll be going on the ground there. So it looks like a good sign for Chicago though. Bit of a victory there. They didn't get any points out of it, but they do get a throw in from their right forward pocket. Boundary throw in the right forward pocket for Chicago. And it goes off of a sea of hands. And now Quebec trying to move with it, trying to find some targets and get some space. And they just kick it. Nice job on that bounce there. He soccers ahead, trying to get it to his advantage. Now he's got backup, and they're going to kick it through. It's going to roll. It keeps rolling, and that's going to roll right through. That's a big clutch goal. And all of a sudden, they've got it back to a single kick. 5-4-34 for Quebec, 6-4-40 for Chicago. All of a sudden, Quebec only trailing by a single straight kick. Not much. How you doing? Let's see here. Handball off now. Quebec working with it, trying to kick it ahead. They've got a target in space. He just has to get to it. There we go. He's got it now. That's number 5. That's Luke Anderson. Kicking ahead now, however. Settling under the ball there, one of the Swans players. And it's goes out of bounds, boundary throw in there. And goes to ground. A bunch of players battling for it now. And it'll just stop there. And they'll ball it up once again. Late in the second half of this one right now, the difference is 1 straight kick. And it looks like Swans will get the clearance, but maybe not. He can't handle the bouncing ball. And let's see here. Quebec with it now. Handball ahead. Trying to move it, and he punches it right to a Swan. Pony with it once again. Kicks it, and it's marked. And with it now, that's Earl Stewart once again. Stewart has a kick, and actually, he misses wide. But that might not be such a big deal. (6-5-41) now. What they've done there is eliminate the possibility of a draw. Basically now, Quebec, in order to get back into this, they have to kick more than one scoring shot, and I don't know if they have the time to do it. That one's kicked out of bounds on the full. Swans will get the free kick. And Quebec trying to work it forward. They do it now, handball out, goes wide. Going after it now, that's Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy trying to get it to one of his teammates here, that's Clement Cost. He kicks it ahead now. And it's marked, and Quebec will play on, and they'll just make this big kick. Goes through the, and it looks like, let's see. That's another goal. 6-4, 40 now. Late in this second half. A moment ago, that would have been even bigger, but as it stands, they fought back this hard, but they trailed by a point. And they've got to get the ball back to the umpire so she can throw it up again right now. Extra time to get this ball up does not benefit Quebec. And Quebec moving it forward now. Oh, that kick is smothered, but it's still going to wind up in Quebec hands. And here come the Saints. Trying to kick across the ground. And, oh, it's marked. That was beautiful. He had a player right on him. And just going to play on. However, that kick is errant. It goes wide. And let's see who's going to get there first. It looks like it's going to be Quebec. He turns and kicks. Kicks toward the goals. And let's see. Oh, he's able to touch it. That's a single point, and we are level. Scores are level. 6-5, 41 apiece. This is amazing. Quebec has fought back there. At one point, they were down by 3 straight kicks. Now the kick in from the back goal square by Chicago, taken by the Saints. Saints looking to move it now. Sells the candy a little bit, moves it forward, and taking an easy mark there. That's Luke O'Farrell. O'Farrell will kick it ahead now. He's going to target in deep. He's got it. Mark is taken. And Quebec has it now. That's number 4. That's Bogdan Rotaru. He could actually put the Saints in front with this kick right now. And at one point, they were down by over 2 goals. Considering how the Swans seem to have been dominating the clearances today. This is some great fight by the Saints. And let's see what we've got here. That is a goal! Quebec with another major score. And that's it! Game is over! Huge kick. I guess you could call that a kick at the siren. An amazing game here between the Quebec Saints and the Chicago Swans. We are at full time. Terrific effort by Quebec. It looked like Chicago had it, but Quebec just fought back. And they took this one with the final kick coming pretty much at the final second. Final score, the Quebec Saints, 7 goals, 5 behinds, 47 points. And the Chicago Swans, 6 goals, 5 behinds, and 41 points. Before we wrap up this edition of Stateside Footy, we have a little feature to show you. It's a game that took place earlier this year, April 28th to be exact, as the Boston Demons and the Demons, what are called the Old Boys, former players, all got together and had a kick in celebration of Anzac Day. And we don't have the whole game, but we thought we'd put together a little presentation for you and show you some of the fun that happened during this Old Boys and Demons match for Anzac Day back in April. Check it out. Enjoy. Are you into retro gadgets? Ta-da! Then here's your dose of old school tech. This is Tech Throwback, your place to turn for the techno trend from way back when. On Tech Throwback, we look at old computers, classic video games, and all those little doohickeys that used to brighten up your day.
Yeah!
Tech Throwback can be seen on public access television, or you can check us out online at vimeo.com/channels/Tech Throwback. It's the way we used to compute and play back in the day, and you can watch it anytime on Tech Throwback. That'll do it for the action from Vermont here today, and also for this episode of Stateside Footy. Coming up next time, we'll be road tripping it once again back up to Portland, Maine for the final home and away clash between the Boston Demons and the Maine Cats. Until then, don't forget, you can watch the program anytime, day or night. All you have to do is go to youtube.com and look up Stateside Footy, or you can go to our Vimeo channel. That's located at vimeo.com/channels/Stateside Footy TV. You can also keep up with us on social media. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Stateside Footy TV. Throw us a like while you're there. You can also follow the show on Twitter. The handle is BillR_SS Footy. Until next time, on behalf of Stacey Robert, I'm Bill Robert. Thanks again for joining us, and come back for our next edition of Stateside Footy.